Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the two new characters coming out. We have the purple Mecha Frieza, and then of course we have the blue Goku Black. Now actually they did something a bit different this week, where they actually posted the full details for these characters in the news yesterday when they announced the banner. So I've already made a video sort of going through all of the main points for both of these units. But we didn't get to see some things, like we didn't get to see like the strike and blast card effects. We didn't get to see their stats. So if you guys want to see the full in-depth sort of breakdown of these characters, check out the video I recorded and uploaded yesterday. But we'll just cover the basics here again, and then we'll check for any new equipment, and we'll go from there. So let's start with Frieza here. So if we go to check out his stats, remember these are going to be stats that aren't calculated with the title boost implemented. So let's go ahead and press this. Wow, defensively he's going to be really good. Okay. Okay, so looks like for the offenses, I typically like to add like 6,000 to 7,000 for both the strike and blast attack. So not really the highest offensive stats ever. He's probably going to be hovering around like 248,000 strike and then 258,000 blast. It's definitely not bad. It's not like Red Buhan level, right? But it's not, I wouldn't really call that exceptional. But defense, on the other hand, is looking very, very good, because blast defense is already at 170, strike defense at 167. So he's going to be sitting at probably like 172 strike defense and then 175 blast defense. That's fairly good. That is fairly good. Looks like he holds a strike and a blast. Strike is normal, blast is blast card with a 20% of special move damage for 5 count. Is that new? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Okay. So of course this is a Mecha Frieza, therefore he belongs on the Androids Saga sort of, episode there. Then he's on the Frieza Force and Lineage of Evil teams. I think that's fine. The only omission obviously is Powerful Opponent, but then you also have Transforming Warrior, which shouldn't really matter that much, but it will further limit the amount of equipment you can use, right? I think those like lesser tags, the only use they have is really to designate like what kind of equipment these characters can use, because like there's some equipment that require you to be on Transforming Warrior. There's a pretty good Awakened equipment for Lineage of Evil that also requires you to be on Transforming Warrior, so kind of unfortunate this guy wasn't on there. But all right, let's see. Strike Blast applies attribute upgrade minus 10% to enemy sustained damage cut for 10 counts. That's actually fairly good, considering this guy has a permanent card draw speed effect as well. Okay. Blue card. Now this guy is kind of built around his blue card. He has a lot of different effects where he can draw blue cards, and he's actually stacking damage every time he uses a blue card. So massive explode damage, 20% special move damage for 3 counts, and then destroys 3 enemy cards on hit. That is a very, very powerful effect. I kind of equate this to Ultra Gogeta's blue card, but a blast version of that. So it's pretty good. Green card has some different effects here. So key by 40, this is a stop time green card. Key by 40, 20% damage inflicted for 20 counts, and then -1 to card draw speed for the enemy for 10 counts. Just a, sort of okay stop time effect there for the green card. But then if the enemy's below 50% HP, so it's kind of the blue Beerus effect, draws a blue card next, activates once, and then increases card draw speed for 10 counts, which is, you can use that as many times as you want. So again, way number 1 to draw a blue card. Let me see here. Where's the other way? Yeah. So when the enemy attack is over, he draws a blue card once, and then I believe, where's the final way? Oh, this is with his main ability. Yeah. Main ability draws a blue card. So he draws a blue card from this. He draws a blue card when he gets hit. And then he draws a blue card with the green card when the enemy's below 50% HP. So there are his 3 ways to draw blue cards. And then the reason why it's important is because he gains 25% of damage inflicted every time this character uses a special move arts card up to 3 times. So he's gaining an extra 75% damage inflicted from using 3 blue cards, on top of the 80% damage he gets just baseline for entering the battlefield. So he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. I think once you get that fully stacked up, the blue cards are going to be hitting for a lot. So we'll see. He also does give an additional damage inflicted buff to allies if there's a Super Saiyan enemy, which is very, very common. Obviously, Ultra Gogeta and Ultra Vegito are both Super Saiyans, so it's, I think, going to be a pretty common thing for that to be active. And then on top of that, he does have 50% to reduce his damage received, but then he gets this additional instance of 30% to reduce damage received from impact, explode, and pierce damage. So it's basically everything other than slice damage, and the only really noticeable slice damaging character is Ultra Vegeto's ult. But it's like Ultra Vegito is already yellow, so I don't really know if you're really going to be relying on this guy to be tanking him anyway, right? So that's a pretty powerful effect there. He just gets an extra 30% reduced damage received against like every other character, pretty much. All the top 5 units in the game that we've been talking about for the past few months, so Vegito, Gogeta, Ultra Vegito, Ultra Gogeta, the androids, Dragon Fist, and UI Goku, all of their attacks are either impact, explode, or pierce damage. So they will all be affected by this extra damage reduction. Then he also has this extra effect if he falls below half HP, where he heals up, he reduces the enemy's Dragon Ball, seals main ability. So he can be a pretty annoying character to play against. He also has the minus card draw speed effect here. Don't forget he also does that on the green card effect. So you can be really, really annoying with this unit. I feel like he seems pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how he goes on the LOE team. The only criticism I guess I really have for this guy is that he's purple instead of being red. LOE has desperately been wanting a red character for a very, very long time. And this guy being purple, I mean, it's not the worst color ever, but I would definitely not say it's the greatest typing ever. They've got to be holding back on giving us a red LOE unit for some reason, right? I don't know. Whatever the reasoning is, maybe they have somebody in mind here, but we'll see. We'll see how this guy looks. All right, next we have Goku Black here. Again, we did talk about this guy before as well. He is a support type character, so I don't know if this guy will necessarily be the greatest in terms of his stats here, just because they typically like to gimp defense and support type characters with the stats for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and click this button here, and we'll see how he looks. Yeah, that's not really great here. So it looks like he is more of a blast-oriented unit here. Okay. I was actually kind of hoping he'd be more strike-oriented, just because his future is more strike-oriented, period. So, so he'll be looking at like 237 strike, 246 or 247 blast, something like that. And then his defenses are really not looking that good. We have, what, 157, so that's going to jump up to like, what, 162, 163 to strike defense. And then blast defense is going to jump up to like 168 or something like that. Yeah, that's not really that's not good enough. It's not good enough. Oh, he holds a blue card. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's interesting. There are really not that many units that hold blue cards. What is it? It's red Hercule holds a blue card. Green Bunny Bulma holds a blue card. And then the purple First Form Frieza holds a blue card. Is that it? Does anybody else hold a blue card? I don't... Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else that holds a blue card. That's a very, very uncommon thing to do, is holding a blue card. That's pretty strong. Okay. Interesting. So he has this strike effect, -5 to own special move arts cost for 15 timer counts. Yeah, this guy's whole kit is based around his blue card, which I guess is really helpful that he holds one. Okay, so the blue card here deals massive explode damage, and then -100% to health restoration on the enemy for 3 counts with blast armor. Green card draws 1 new card, shortens ally sub count by 3, cancels allies attribute downgrades in normal conditions, and then plus 30% special move damage, activates twice. So you can stack this up so that your blue card deals 60% extra damage. And then I think he gets another way of increasing his blue card damage as well. Yeah, right here. Applies the following effects to self if this character is the leader. So we are now getting specific leader slot buffs for characters that are in the leader slot. So this guy's blue card is just going to be dealing 30% extra damage if he's in the leader slot. And then we have a lot of extra key recovery, 80% extra to key recovery there. So if you have both the green card effects activated, and then you also have him in the leader slot, he's going to be doing 90% extra damage with his blue card. Plus, now we know he's holding a blue card, and then he also has this effect as well, where he's stacking up cost reduction for his blue card. So very clearly a blue card-based character. He also has a team heal, and then he shortens his own sub count by 5, which is really good. And then he's also just giving a damage buff to the allies, and I believe he also gives key when he switches out. Let me just see. Yeah. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Heals by 10%, gives allies 30 ki, and then debuffs the enemies with annoying debuffs. And then the other thing I want to mention real quick is he has this interesting effect here, which is kind of like a purple Super Vegito, where he gets specific buffs depending on what type of card he is drawing. So strike and blast cards give him 20% of damage inflicted. Special card, so green cards give him card draw speed, and then blue cards actually restores ki by 50. So that's really good. This is a character that can very quickly spiral and snowball with an effect like this, depending on how you build your team. So I think this guy could be interesting. It's going to be sort of like a hit or miss situation, I think, though, where he's either going to be really, really strong or just kind of like okay. 3% special move damage inflicted by future, and then 35% to attack, strike attack and blast defense for future powerful opponent. Let me just check the Frieza Z, but I believe he gives 3% to blast for LOE. Let me just click this real quick. Yeah, 3% to blast damage by LOE, and then 35% to both offenses for LOE or Frieza Force. Okay. So, in terms of how good they are, I think they will be pretty good, but in terms of like, should you be summoning for them? No, 0% chance. 0% chance I will recommend people to summon for these units. Just mainly because of the fact that it's a Legends All-Star banner, and those banners are so bad. There is literally zero reason to summon on those banners over a step up. So yeah, unless you're like a massive Goku Black fan or something, there's like literally no reason to ever summon on these banners. It's just, you're wasting your crystals if you do that. All right, so let's take a look, see if there's any new equipment here. Go to the archive. All right, I don't see anything new here. Let's keep going. There's probably going to be at least one new equipment, right? No? Probably a new Awaken equipment. There's nothing? We're just getting a new Awaken equipment here, I guess? Yeah, this Zamasu one is Awakening. Okay, so this is for Goku Black or Zamasu, so specific characters. So we get 15% to critical, 15% to strike attack, 10% to special move damage, and then 10% to pure defense against Saiyans, and 10% to pure defense against God Ki. I think this is a pretty situational equip. Like, this is going to be really good if we get like a really dominant like God Ki. Like, so for example, during the 2nd year anniversary meta, this equipment would have been ridiculous because every match had Vegito Blue in it. So if we get into a situation where the meta has a character like that is a God Ki Saiyan that you just see like every match, then I could see an equipment like this really being good. But as it stands right now, I really don't see this being that good for now. Is that really the only equipment we got? That's a little bit interesting. Usually they like to give us like 1 or 2 new pieces of equipment here, but yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay, I guess next week is when they'll sort of give us the, you know, new equipments, but that's pretty much gonna do it. Again, I really would not recommend summoning on this banner just because, again, Legends All-Star banners are just so bad. They're really gonna have to change the format because it's like every step-up banner gives ×2 rates and ×2 Z power. How can you possibly compete with that with an All-Star banner? It's literally night and day difference. So those are my recommendations. Those are the 2 characters. Let me know down below what you guys think of them. Are you summoning? Are you not? Hopefully not, but yeah, do what you want to do. And I will see you guys all in the next one.